What is up, Bold Nation? Today's video we are going to be discussing on how Destiny 2 is in trouble, and later in this video I am going to show you guys the proof on why Bungie did something they have never done before, and if there is any sort of resurrection, intervention, or anything that could be done to actually save this game and bring it back to its glory days. Now, unlike the majority of people who cover Destiny on YouTube, I am not going to be a sellout and tell you guys, hey, you should definitely pick up this game, or oh my goodness, it's so exciting, or not even mention the faults that Destiny 2 has. I'm actually going to keep it real with you guys and tell you exactly how I feel, how the majority of the community feels, and how I'm going to say about 80% of the people actually feel about the game. Now, in order for us to start talking about the problems, we actually have to start at the beginning. In Destiny 1, when the game was first released and first made, the majority of the focus of Destiny 1 was focused on PvE content. It was a raid, it was quest, it was an adventure. You had to go and actually find weapons, you had to grind out the weapons. They even hired, psychologists to actually make the game very entertaining and addicting, where you guys were constantly wanting to grind and get loot. Now, due to the lack of content, a lot of people started drifting away from Destiny because there wasn't that much content to do, and that was the majority of the PvE crowd. Now, what happened is, Trials of Osiris came out, everybody started playing Trials of Osiris, people started making money with Trials of Osiris, so the game started building a lot of steam because people were trying to make money on carrying people with PvP. And that's the reason why Trials is actually very popular, is because a lot of people made a lot of money helping people or carrying people in PvP. Now, what this costs, it costs a lot of streamers and a lot of people that do YouTube to actually start promoting a lot of PvP content. So Bungie said, well, what's keeping the game alive? What's keeping the game alive is PvP. Let's start pushing our focus into PvP. And we could see that shift like towards year 2, where we got private matches, where we got, towards like mid year 2, where we got private matches and we got more PvP content. Now, don't get me wrong, I like PvP and I like PvE, but let's keep it real. Like we said at the beginning of the video, Destiny was built for PvE, not for PvP. Now let's enter into Destiny 2. What happened? The majority of the building and the majority of the hype for Destiny 2 was a lot of focus in the PvP aspect. Yes, this is really good because we do enjoy ourselves some PvP, but unfortunately, due to the large focus they put on PvP, the PvE went ahead and started suffering until at the point that we're right now in Destiny 2. There is no grinding needed in Destiny 2. There's absolutely no incentive to go replay stuff. You do strikes without an incentive. And you guys know all this stuff. We have all this weapon parts. We have legendaries. We have all these different sorts of materials that there is absolutely nothing to use these materials because there was so much focus in the PvP aspect. Now, I still would be happy if the PvP was actually done well, but we don't even have Rumble. We only have 2 different modes that we can play in PvP. There is no private matches. Trials is almost obsolete and horrible because people could actually win Trials gear without even playing Trials. So tell me if that makes sense. And this leads me to our second topic, which is everything is so easily obtainable, guys. So yes, this is what happened. Destiny 2 decided to go ahead and let's make everything obtainable for the casual players because, in Destiny 1, people were complaining that there was just too hard to get the weapons. It was just too difficult to grind. We don't have enough hours to put in the game. And, unfortunately, because we don't have enough hours, let's make everything super duper easy for everybody to obtain it. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think it's a good idea to give casual players or people who don't play the game that frequently good gear to be able to compete with people who play the game a lot. But if you guys are rewarding people with the gear that is obtained only by playing the game a lot, then you lose the attention of the hardcore player. And unfortunately, guys, the hardcore player is the person that actually produces YouTube videos, that actually streams, that helps people with the raids, that help people with the nightfall. And in order for these people to be incentivized to actually help people, 2 things need to happen. Either give them good loot, or like the majority of people who are on YouTube and Twitch, is they start charging people for raid carries and trials carries, and that actually keeps them playing the game because it's a way for them to make money. Now, I have nothing against people who are actually making money by helping people in trials and helping people in raids by, taking donations, because I also do it myself. I can't be double-sided. And yes, this does help me out a lot because, it does help cover the bills. As you guys know, YouTube has this YouTube ad apocalypse going on, and people need to make money. People need to make money for them to sustain their YouTube career or their YouTube endeavor. So in other words, by making everything too easy to obtain, it took the reward from actually grinding the game, and a lot of people have put the game down because there's no incentive. Not only that, because even if you don't do a raid, even if you don't do trials and you're in the clan, you're still going to get the gear. So what technically is the point of actually doing a raid or doing trials? You're already getting the gear if you're in a clan. So there really isn't no purpose for you to actually do this unless you're not in the clan or you just want to do it for fun. Now, I could go on and on talking about how they made everything easy, but let's go ahead and move on to subject number 3, which are glitches. In Destiny 2, the hardest thing, or in Destiny 1 as well, in all the world of Destiny, the hardest thing to actually do is to complete the raid. Now, the raid in FAR is amazing, really well done raid. I enjoy this raid. It's actually a really, really good raid. Now, what's the biggest issue with this raid? It's glitches, guys. Yes, glitches are messing up this raid. Why? Because the raid is supposed to be the hardest thing you're supposed to do in Destiny. It's supposed to be something that when you complete it, you're like, yes, I actually did that, guys. I can't believe our fire team pulled ourselves together and we were able to complete that. Good job, guys. High five. But what is happening now? If you're every single encounter, guys, every single encounter in the raid is able to be glitched. Now, tell me if that makes any sense. The hardest thing you're able to do in Destiny, you could totally despawn ads on every single encounter in the raid. Now, I wouldn't be addressing this if this was actually something there was a glitch. A week later, it got patched. No, guys, this is actually a glitch that's been happening since the release of the raid. And it's still not yet patched. Can you believe, guys, we have gone over a month with the raid and this glitch has not been patched? How do you not patch a glitch that makes everything super duper easy in the raid? In the hardest thing Destiny could provide, it makes it super duper easy. Not only that, guys, but talking about glitch, there is even more glitches, guys, because now you're able to have unlimited Warcliff coil ammo. Unlimited coil ammo, guys. Yes, you're able to complete the complete raid with just one rocket launcher and you will be a wrecking machine. All you have to do is make the glitch happen. If you're in a Titan, run the complete raid. You'll be done with the raid in 15 minutes because you could pretty much annihilate anything that steps in front of you with unlimited ammo of the Warcliff Club. Now, I knew about this glitch a couple weeks ago. I didn't want to post up a video on YouTube because I didn't want people to be exploiting it. And unfortunately, there's information already out how you're able to do it. So now everybody's doing the glitch for the Warcliff Coil. So how could the hardest part of Destiny be completed in under 10-15 minutes by just glitching the game? And yet from Bungie, what do we hear? Utter silence, guys. There's absolutely nothing to address the glitch of despawning the ads, nothing to address the glitch of the Warcliff Coil. And yes, guys, there is other glitches that you're able to do in the raid, which I will not reveal. But yes, you guys could automatically do the raid in less than 15 minutes if you guys start glitching the raid. Now, I don't condone glitching. I mean, doesn't mean I've never done it, guys, because I'm not gonna lie. I have done glitches just for like testing or to mess around or to get stuff done real quickly. I am at fault as well with the glitching thing, but I don't do it every single time to complete a raid. If you've ever tuned into my stream, I try to help people out so they can understand how the raid is completed. They can learn the mechanics, so after they complete the raid or I help them out, they can go teach their friends and actually complete the raid themselves. You know, I try to be as instructive as I possibly can because completing a raid is giving you that satisfaction of saying, yes, I did that. I did that. I can't believe I was able to actually do that. Now, unfortunately, Bungie is on the cusp of killing one of the best franchises, one of the best-selling games, guys, and one of the most up-and-coming games which would have had a long longevity by not addressing any of these problems. Now, I know the Curse of Osiris DLC is going to be coming out, but none of these problems will be addressed in the Curse of Osiris DLC, guys, because the Curse of Osiris DLC was already being made by the time the community started talking about it. So the Curse of Osiris was being worked when the game was being released, so they can't address these problems. So we're looking at maybe by spring of 2018 is when we'll probably see some sort of addressing of these issues that we're talking about. Now, my question is, will the game still be alive? Will people still be playing the game by spring 2018? If the Curse of Osiris and that raid is not solid and it's not buggy and it's not glitchy, I'm going to predict, guys, that the game is going to have a major drop-off. Now, like I said earlier in the video when I started, I have proof that they are in big trouble in Destiny. Number one proof is If you guys remember, Destiny Tracker was keeping track of how many people were playing the game. They went ahead and removed that off their site. They said they just removed it for, they just gave some excuse that they removed it for whatever reason. I'm going to take their word for it, but me internally, I'm pretty sure they got told to remove it because since the game was having such a big dip, they didn't want people to actually know how much dip the game was actually having in the console sphere and how many people weren't playing the game. Now, I could be completely wrong on that. And if I am, if someone actually, contacts me and tells me, Laser, you're wrong from Bungie, then I will definitely make a video and telling you guys that I'm wrong. But unfortunately, no one has contacted me. No one has told me anything. So I'm just going to go with my gut feeling that, they were kindly asked to remove it or else they wouldn't be able to use their API. Another thing that I want to go ahead and pinpoint the proof. And this, guys, the proof is in the pudding. I mean, it couldn't be any louder than this, guys. This is like the most proof you could possibly need that they are in trouble. They actually did something they had never done. They actually did something that they said they wouldn't do, and they said something. They said this is the most secretive thing we have in Bungie. No one even knows. No one's ever done it. No one has no idea until the game gets released or until it goes live. Everybody's hush about it. No spoilers, no nothing. And what did they do in today's reveal? They actually talked about the raid. Something they had never done in Destiny 1 or leading up to Destiny 2. You know why? Because the raid is the most kept secret that they have internally. The reason they decided to show a glimpse of the raid and address the issue with the raid is because they are in trouble, guys. A lot of people are leaving the game, not playing the game, and they want to build up that hype. Yes, guys, there's going to be another raid. There's going to be encounters. There's going to be a new boss. And yes, I am happy that we're getting that. Now, I know a lot of people in the community aren't really happy because they wanted to see maybe different characters, or they wanted to go to a different world. The Leviathan, is actually a pretty massive raid. And, there's a lot of levels within that raid. It makes sense that they're doing it the way they're doing it by layers. But I feel that once we get our hands on that content, if that content is glitchy, if it's too short, if it's just really buggy, we are going to have a big fall off, because what's going to happen is we're going to play it for a week, get to the highest light level we could possibly get to the highest light level that we could possibly get, do the raid, and then if there is no incentive to go back and do that raid, if there is no incentive for you to actually get the gear by completing the raid, if the gear is not being handed out to people just by being in a clan, then we're going to be in the same boat we are now. People are going to be playing the game for only 3 weeks, and then everybody's off playing another game. And what happens to games that this tends to happen? People stop losing interest and they just stop playing the game completely. Now, one of the things that's actually keeping this game alive is the reason that there is absolutely no competition to this game at the current moment in consoles. The only game that we're expecting a lot from is Anthem, and I hope it actually does really well and they actually learn from these mistakes that Bungie's doing and not doing when the game gets released. I'm still iffy on the game, but we want to see more. We can't wait for the beta when it goes live. Of course, I'll be covering it on my channel. But that's the reason why they're not really focused in actually addressing any of these issues, because there is no competition at the current moment. A lot of people bought it on the PC, a lot of people bought it on the Xbox, a lot of people bought it on the PS4, and they're actually happy with the numbers, but there's a big drop-off in the game. Now, I believe the only way to change this is if we band together as a community, people who love Destiny. You share this video with your friends. Get the word out. The more you get the word out about this video, the more you get the word out about all the different things that are happening in Destiny, the more likely we are able to actually get changes. Now, I know most of you are probably saying, what's the point of me sharing the video? Well, there's a big point of you sharing the video, because if this video gets shared a lot, it starts building up traction. Maybe someone from Bungie will stop by, see the video, and probably answer some of these questions or address some of these issues that we have right now, instead of just keeping it hush-hush internally or with people who they favor that do Destiny content. Now, I'm pretty sure if you guys are watching this video is because you guys enjoy and love Destiny as much as I do, and because we want to make this game be solid. We want it to have a good PvP. We want it to have a good PvE. We want it to be something that we enjoy with our friends, our family, our brothers and sisters. And the only way we're actually able to make this possible is if we share this video, guys, and we let Bungie know how we feel and what are the changes that we want and need to make this game great again. Once again, guys, if you found this video helpful and enjoyable, please make sure you guys drop a like, share this video with your friends, because it does help me out a lot. And don't forget, guys, for all things Destiny 2, Make sure you keep it locked on this channel, and I will catch you guys on the next video.